Good afternoon, friends and industry leaders. It's hearty welcome to all of you for today's webinar on packaging machine design with Beckhoff XTS technology. I hope you and your family members are all safe and healthy in this COVID situation. It's an unprecedented thing which we are facing today. Let me introduce myself. I'm Jitendra Kataria, the Managing Director of Beckhoff Automation in India since 2007. So since the inception of Beckhoff in India. I'd like to start with a quick introduction of Beckhoff as a company. So the agenda for today is we will be talking about the benefits of the XTS technology from Beckhoff in the packaging machines. It will be presented by Frank Putna, then followed by XTS hygienic design by Daniel Roston, and the end user benefit by Andrew Peter. So talking about Beckhoff in the first few slides, just to introduce ourselves, what we are, Beckhoff. Beckhoff as a company, it was all started with us in a small garage in 1980 by Hans Beckhoff in France, like two guys. And now, last month we celebrated 40 years of Beckhoff in Beckhoff company. It's a family-owned business, and it was all started by Mr. Hans Beckhoff. He's the managing director and the founder member of Beckhoff Automation, and he's very much active still in the company. And he's just not the managing director of Beckhoff, but he is also like actively participating in research and development activities at Beckhoff. And each and every product what we develop today, some or other way, he has his hands in it also. And we are proud that he is still helping us and guiding us in what we are doing. He's a diploma in nuclear physics in Berlin and Münster, Germany. Talking about the Beckhoff worldwide facts and figures, the headquarters is in World, Germany. So we are like 4,350 employees worldwide, and 1/3 of them are engineers. And last year, 2019 revenue is 903 million euros, which is approximately $1 billion. So we can say they're already a $1 billion company. Talking about the worldwide presence, we are present in like 39 different countries with our own subsidiaries. India is one of them, and in 75 different countries we are present through some. Okay, that's like a subsidiary or like with a distributing partner also. Talking about Beckhoff India, facts and figures, Beckhoff India started in Pune, India. It was started in 2007. Now we are almost 13 years in India with 75 employees, spread across 8 different offices in India, and 54 of them are engineers. And last year's revenue was like 62 crores, which is 622 million rupees. These are like main 4 building pillars for our technology. We are a IPC company where we manufacture industrial PCs. We are an IO company where we have like a wide range of IO models in our basket. So depending upon your application, we can choose the right products and provide you the right technology for right fit of technology for your application. We are a motion company where we manufacture servo drives, servo motors, stepper motors, and also still interesting products like the linear transport system, extended transport system by Beckhoff, and also XTS system. So today, I think the seminar will be more focused on this XTS system, which is like a mechatronic product by Beckhoff. And TwinCAD is like the heart of is the software, which is the heart of everything in which you can program all these 3 products and see that it all works in synergy with each other, and you can develop the application as per your needs. Talking about the webinar today, it's friends, you know that start of the year 2020, nobody really imagined like what kind of impact the coronavirus will have on all our lives. The impact has not only challenged the health system across the globe, but also challenged the economy in a big way. So certainly, the packaging industry, also the needs and requirements from the customers has changed. So demand for packaged hygiene products has gone on the rise. Flexibility is required for quick changeover between different packaging styles, because a bachelor will procure a small packet, whereas a family pack will require a family pack for sustaining for a month of ration or something. Again, manpower is a big challenge today because a lot of migrant laborers have migrated back to their homes. So certainly we are lacking the skilled laborers who can take care of the equipments and stuff like that. Also, hygiene requirements is demanding contactless manufacturing. So certainly, these are like challenges faced by the packaging industry today. And maybe today's seminar can give you some ideas, some hints on how you can design and develop the machines to meet these requirements. Also, maybe it can also give you some ideas like as an end user, what you should demand from from your equipment suppliers. So for this, none other than like we have like really eminent speakers from the globe. Thanks a lot, Frank, Andrew, and Daniel for taking out time and for giving this talk today and giving some insights about how things can be done from your perspective. So I'd like to introduce them. Frank Butner, he's a global OEM head packaging industry. He's working in the industry for 20 years. I know him as a friend for a pretty long time. Thanks, Frank, for joining today. Andrew Prater, so he is a global head for food and beverage industry, also tobacco industry. And he is actually part of the Beckhoff UK team. And he's 25 years of like wide experience of automation industry, and he's an experienced advisor to global food and beverage industries and end users. Thanks, Andrew, for joining today. Daniel, the young chap out here, or the youngest Jedi, but nevertheless, a very important part he is going to play. He's a global business management in the global business management team of packaging industry, and he's 4 years in packaging industry and automation industry. Thanks, Daniel, for joining.
Thank you for having me.
With this, guys, I would request you that you please post your questions during the seminar, what you like, if anything comes up to your mind in the question section. And now I think the first poll should be on your desk. So the question is like, what is the most important expectation from a packaging machine as a packaging like end users or like machine manufacturers? So what are you getting more demands for? Is it like minimum downtime and high availability of the equipment? Or is it the optimum shop floor space utilization or ease of operation and maintenance, what you demanded, or higher output and efficiency? So I would request you that if you can just post your answers to this, or if you have any other comments, you can post it in the comment box. So poll is open, like let's wait for 10-15 minutes, seconds till the poll is closed. I think we are. Okay. Daniel, can you just close the poll and get the results? Thank you. So I think as expected, so the high output and efficiency is the most demanded today. And certainly I think this today's seminar, maybe this will give some insights to Frank in his presentation, like what is the more demanding factor today and how our technology can benefit in this area. So I would request now Frank to take over the control and then make his presentation and maybe just give his views on this topic. Thank you, Frank.
Okay. Yes, I want to say hello to India. It's an honor to be a part of this packaging platform webinar. I'm really happy to do that. First, I want to say, if you have any question to my presentation, you can write it down to packaging@beckhoff.com, or you can write it down here in the webinar. So my name is Frank Butner. I'm the head of the packaging in Beckhoff worldwide, and one part is India. And what you can see here, you see some goods, tea, water, chocolate, coffee, everything have to be packed. And packaging is a good thing because it brings healthy and tiny products to your home. That's very important in this Corona pandemic, especially. So it's more than important to wrap and pack the consumer goods very, very clean. And yes, in this case, we are jumping to some global informations. because of this coronavirus, I say to all of my OEMs, say now we have time to change a lot of things because the economic is going a little bit down. And so maybe you also need to have a little bit more time to start with a new conveyor system, with a new intelligent transport system in your machines. First of all, we have just look to the world map. When you see this world map, you can see the evil on this planet. And we are raising up to 8.3 billion. And the income from the people is also raising up, also in India. And that is one of the reasons we have to be care about all these people. And when you see, we have round about $75 trillion money to spend on consumer goods, on everything. And so it's very, very important that the machine builders and are ready to send this out. And more people demand more consumer goods. More people demand more energy. That's also important, and resources. And the more people need more infrastructure all over the world that you can buy the products direct in your shop. So this is a big challenge for all of us. And what Beckhoff does in this case, we say only automation technology is able to handle this. And it's very important for us Beckhoff guys, for the engineers, to give the OEMs the possibilities to produce that machines or infrastructure or something else. So Beckhoff is able to do the machines. You can see over here. We are also in the wind or in the solar industry to bring the energy, make the energy and bring it to the building automation. And we are also having some traffic lights or whatever. And for the traffic, there is no traffic jam, that your stuff is going to the shop floor. And especially for the packaging guys. And now we are jumping to the XTS, because the XTS, we developed that around about 8 to 9 years ago, together with a partner. And then we said, okay, this XTS changed the machine completely. It's not just a stupid conveyor. You have to change a lot of things in your machine. And I will show you now what the details of the XTS, and then we go to some applications, and you can see or find your application on these slides, and you can find or get some ideas what you can do better with your machines. So this is the system. What we need a control system. It's an IP3 from Beckhoff, and we need TwinCat 3. Therefore, that's what G2 in his speech said. The TwinCat 3 is the glue of everything. Every product in Beckhoff have to be supported by our TwinCat software. Also, this XTS system. Then you need the motor module. The motor module there is all inside. The amplifiers, the drivers are inside. You need only a 2 cable and a power supply over here. And with this, you can run the system. From these motor modules, you have different shapes. I show you later on, but they are connected with this small connector from one module to the next module. And you need 48 voltage and 42 for the modules, and EtherCAT for communication. Then you need a rail guide on this. You can use this rail guide. It's provided and promoted from Beckhoff. We also have third party like HEPCO or other ones, or you can build your own rail. And on this rail is moving the passive actor. So here we have the magnets on the left side, and the right side we have 10 magnets, and this part is moving, and that's the reason why it's called mover. That is what you need. Nothing else. A small cabinet where you can put your IPC in and your power supply. That's it. So then what's possible? Here you can see what geometries are possible. That's very important that you can do an L shape and your machine is over here. You can do a U-shaped track or an O-shaped inside track or an O-shaped outside track. The mover is curling here or inside here. It's also possible the Z shape, and all the shapes are possible. You can imagine, maybe we can develop a new motor module if necessary. So these tracks are ready. Then we have the same system in hygienic design for really hard washdown. But here for Daniel will introduce you to this product later on. So then we need also a little bit software therefore. And when you have not the hardware, just the software on your laptop or your IPC, you can do the visualization or everything is needed to do a shape like this. You can install the TwinCAD software, and with the TwinCAD, you can simulate your track system in real time. So it's not necessary to have really the hardware on the table. It's really easy to handle that with the TwinCAD software. So it supports the programming. So if this is really not complex, it's like every PLC programmer can handle that very easily. So these are the numbers of our XTS. You can show that, you can read it at the homepage or whatever. As you can read it at the homepage, you can. Hello. So what's with heavy duty systems? So sometimes we have really, we need more force. And this is possible with new magnets. Now we can do up to 20 kilograms. So we have 10 magnets or 20 magnets by side or 7 magnets, the right side and the left side. So we are able to handle the 20 kilograms. So we have a peak force from 400 newtons for 1, 2, 3 seconds. So continuous force is raising up. So you are able to push really big things like a box with 20 kilograms. It's right now not really a problem. Important, this is not possible with the very small radius. You need therefore the 45 or 2.5 degree motor modules. That's important. So I will give you now some application. If this is your shop floor or your brownfield, and then you have from 1 to 7, you have different applications from cleaning, washing, filling, capping, palletizing, whatever. And then now you have a very small track system with XTS, and you can put from the side your application, cleaning, washing, or filling, and the filling is the bottleneck. Then you can put 3 of the filling systems, and the bottleneck is solved. So you are able to do that with that shape, or in the same shape, you can do in the middle of the track system. Your parts are sitting, or your machines are sitting, and you are able to do your stock in the back. It's also a shape you're able to do that. And the next one, maybe it's a practical system. The infeed belts are coming with a lot of contact lenses or whatever. And now we have a T shape. So you don't need that big plant. So you save a lot of space with this XTS system because you can travel with 10 movers in this direction and 10 movers in this direction. So it's also possible to multiply your output. The output and efficiency will be raised up with this XTS. Okay, I can with some samples. Company Bausch and Sträbel is a customer from Beckhoff, and they are using the XTS track, and that's the products they are doing. They're doing carpools, bottles, vials, springs, and these bottles have to be handled. And it's not possible to have a touch from one glass to the next glass. That's the reason why they took the XTS. And the challenge is that the gap between the movers is very, very small. It's coming from a chain. It's closer than 19.05 millimeters. It's needed from this vial to this vial. That's very important. That's the reason why they do a 3-stack. From our point of view, it's a one-track system, but we have 3 stacks. And so therefore, it's simple to program, and we save a lot of delta kinematics or robots in this case. And it's a very simple tool on it. And now we can handle it with injectors very, very easily. So the Syntegon, former known as Bosch, is a good partner from us. Okay. We have some videos more in the YouTube. You get this information via email later on, so you have enough time, because that videos are really, really long, and we have not that time to see that with this customer. So the customer is John Cox in Great Britain and Narines, FIFD, so you can download this and have a look at your desktop. So that are some slides. What is important, they use everything with Beckhoff, and here you can see that cakes or biscuits in the plastic bag. And the next one is a turning from 90 degrees, also done with XTS. It's very, very complex, but to have an idea, the Syntegon Packaging Systems AG are doing more than 100 pieces a year with XTS. In this case, there was also possible to handle these Delta robots with TwinCat Motion Library L3. And now we are coming to the XTS and take the product and lay it to that blue belt. So it was a system combined with conveyor tracking. And the conveyor tracking is also inside TwinCat. And now it's very easy to come from this intelligent belt to this blue belt. Okay, the customer benefits. They maximize the flexibility on production, because it's not just a mouse click. If you have a slack line or a stacked line, so it's change this, and the efficiency of the machine raised up more than 22% in just one plant. So, and it's a new machine design, and it's very easy to clean the system with maybe air or something. And it's a reliable system. It's running more than 10 years now in the market. So coming to the next one, we have company L'Oreal. They are doing things for the ladies, normally cosmetics, filling and capping machine, with the company Secat in France. What is the reason why they are taking XTS? They have a lot of different bottles, and a lot of different shapes and colors. And here is the flexibility from the Beckhoff XTS drag system. Very helpful, because you have only one mover, and on this mover you can handle all your different shapes of the bottle. They have also the TwinCat HMI, all the products, motion, safety, everything is inside. You can imagine. And here you can see the line is really long. It's 22 meters long. And we have different applicators by side. Here you can see a closing system. We screw a bottle with a cap on it, and the output of the production is 50 products in 1 minute. Before that, it was not possible, and now if you switch from one product to the next, it's really, really easy to do that. These are the inside. We jump a little bit over this. This is the next point. On the same machine, we can do in one box the hair conditioner or color systems or different flavors or some good things for the skin with oxygen, whatever. And you can handle a mixed box. And this was also not possible to do the same applications on one track system. And that's the reason why the company said, L'Oreal, we want to do that new XTS applications all over the world because of the flexibility of the output and the efficiency. And now we can see the next video. So in this case, you see the company in France. That is the first application we did. And we started with these are the products. They are handled on this system. And now you can see it in real life. Here you have some stacks, some stocks where you can put out the bottles, the labels, everything in. And now here you can see that we take the caps and screw it on the bottles. In this case, we are using a Petco rail. Now we do it check weighing, one bottle, next bottle, some references, and put it back into this box. Sometimes this is also a bottleneck because it's very slowly to measure the weight. Here you can see the filling system and now the capping system. And it's really flexible. If now the bottle size is changing, they can handle that more than 55 different bottles on this track. So if you have any question, once more, please write it to that email address so then we can answer. Okay. So, and this application, I think we will double, triple, or more in the world because in case of the raw material, it's better to do it directly in this country where you sell your products. So all the stuff around is also done by Beckhoff with the motors, the drives, the HMI, whatever. And the integration of the robots is also done together with a system integrator with Beckhoff. We communicate over OPC OA with that robots. So that it's for me a one-track system. Yeah. Okay, then we came to the next application, the company Cavanna Group in Italy. It's really huge in biscuit. They also choose the XTS system for handling these biscuits. In this case, and the gap between one mover and the next mover can be changed also by one click. So if you have a month where you want to have an additional biscuit in, or you have an action in the market, do marketing, buy 10, 1 free, something like that. It's very easy to handle that in that machine right now. They're really happy, and then they sold it all worldwide. With TwinK3, everything is controlled by Beckhoff, and yeah, they are dealing that now more than 2 maybe 3 years, something like that. You can see. Then you have a pusher, you go to the next belt, and then to the film wrapping machine. The high packaging quality and the system is the TCO. That's very important for the end users. Yeah, where is my TCO? The total cost of ownership. So you have also good arguments as OEM to go to your end users and say, okay, if you're using the XTS, you can save money. So all our customers are also our partners, because a lot of mechanical ideas are born in this case, and so we are not a customer and a provider. We are good partners in this. And what's really cool here, that opened the door to other innovations in that packaging hand. So the next application is from the Koch Back System in Germany. They are doing blister packaging machines. And in this case, you see here is the XTS track, and then they have a, unmounted are the toothbrushes here, and they are set it into this blister packaging. It's an XTS with 11 meters with 24 movers, and also the robots and the handing around is done by Beckhoff. And you can see 95 systems available in 24/7 operation. The company is packaging or pack the toothbrushes worldwide. So the customer benefits. The XTS replaces expensive mechanical systems. And we have the possibility also, the tooling is changed very, very fast. If you wrap or bring one toothbrush in a blister, or 2 or 4 or 8, so the tooling changeover is really, really fast. Okay, maybe we can see the next video on this. So here we start the toothbrushes. The body is coming from the left side. And in this case, we have a printing on demand. So if the dentist want to do marketing, we can print the name of the dentist directly to this toothbrush. And then the next one, the robot is bringing the toothbrush to the blister. And afterwards, a carton is coming and we're printing some barcode on it. But here you can see this is the XTS. Every XTS mover is handling 2 toothbrushes. So once more, it's now moving to the XTS, and this is the rest of the machine. It's really, really big. So then we came to the next application. This is a really small company in Germany, but they did a really cool technology, and they are doing boxes, carbon boxes for milk or coffee, something like that. And now you can see the machine. They are coming from a friction feeder. The friction feeder is bringing the carbon, and then we are making a box out of this with some glue things, whatever. And so we can start a video. You can see this technology later on also in slow motion. Here, the carbon carton is coming, and we are folding with this folding module with belts. We put some glue on it and bring it to the XTS. Now we fold it with the belts. And now the XTS is coming here from the left side. The black row, black line is the XTS. And the movers are coming from the bottom and now to the top. And taking this box and bringing the ready box, here is the glue system at the red lifestyle, where we are closing the flaps. And the real interest now, the boxes are turning because the open things has to be, in this case, on the bottom to bring with a robot now the bottles into these carbon boxes. So, and the speed of the machine is around 120, 180 pieces per minute. And this is the last station. And then the robot is coming and put the milk or the coffee into this. Now this is the slow motion, very important. The box is coming and it's closed. Now the first mover is waiting on this gap. And this gap is open from the second mover because he's turning a little bit faster into this hole and opened that box. That's really know-how. And that's what you can see here. It's not possible to do that with another product. And this saved this company round about 20 to 22 square meters in a brownfield building. That's really, really huge. So you can imagine if you can save this. Okay, then we coming. Hello. Now what's happened?
Everything is fine. We can hear you.
Okay. So I cannot go ahead. I see nothing.
You will just have to unmute yourself.
This is the company Pet Feeder from Spain. Here you can show an unscrambling from the mold machine. The bottles are coming. And we have here an angle from 45 degrees from the XTS. So we are taking, the bottle is lying at the belt. And afterwards, with this 45 degrees, the bottle is standing right now. And now we are going with that grippers to the filling head station and fill the shampoo or whatever inside that bottles. And you can imagine, normally this is a 2-in-1 machine to take the bottle and turn the bottle that it stands. And so we save also a lot of space in the machine. And this is, I think 5 or 2 times built this machine into the big end users. You can imagine who they are, like L'Oreal or whatever. So the customer benefits, yes, we replace a lot of expensive mechanical systems because of grippers. You only need one gripper because the size of the bottle, it doesn't matter. Because if the bottle is bigger, the width between mover 1 and mover 2, you can set up with a mouse click. It's very easy to handle that. So that's from my side. Thank you for listening. If you have any question, please do not hesitate and ask in this forum, or maybe we can see after the coronavirus pandemic in real life at a show, at a trade show in February next year in Düsseldorf at the Interpack. I wish you all the best, stay healthy, and see you next time.
Thank you, Frank. We do have some questions that I just want to ask you quickly. One is to the XTS. Does it support PACML?
Beckhoff in general, we are using PACML. We support PACML, yes.
Great, thank you. Another question was, does this platform have predictive maintenance features?
Yes, we have. We have predictive maintenance there. We can measure the power on it. We can measure the friction from the mover, the force from the mover. Everything you can measure with the power. We can handle with TwinCat, and we have ready function blocks. Therefore, it's not a programming system for you. You can handle that with like an app.
Great, thank you, Frank. There are some more questions, but we will just send you an email to everybody asking more questions. Because of our limited time, we cannot answer all of them here, but we will send out emails to answer all your questions. So keep them coming. Yes, thank you, Frank. Next, it will be my turn to speak about the XTS hygienic design. Yes, I'm sure some of you have seen this before. So I just want to give you a quick overview and some updates. The XTS hygienic design combines the advantages that the XTS has, as Frank just mentioned, with the high protection class of up to IP69K, allowing this product to be used in demanding environments where you need to use chemical cleaners, aggressive cleaning agents, or even high pressure cleaners to clean your machine. So some examples would be in the pharma industry or food industry. It has no hidden corners, edges, or undercuts, so that it's very easy for you to just wash it down. And in order to be compliant with all this, we completely reworked our sealing concept. So you can see here there's sealing pretty much between all the modules. So around the motor modules that you see here, between the motor modules and the guide rails, between the guide rail joints, and of course also the electrical interfaces are sealed off. Another thing you see here is compared to the mover that Frank just showed, you can already see some differences here. For example, there's the magnets are not open, cannot be seen right here. They are in a specific housing, which is also sealed off. So you can exchange this part very easily in case of some issues there. Yes, and all this newly designed sealing allows you to clean this machine with high pressure washers, for example, like I said. Here you can see it in real life. We're using a high quality stainless steel to give a very high resistance against chemical cleaning agents. There are two guide rail options, very similar to what Frank just mentioned. The one is the normal Beckhoff stainless steel guide rail, which can be seen above. It has a big advantage of being, it can be directly mounted onto the motor modules, making the installation very easy. There are two types of movers available for this one. One is completely made out of stainless steel. The other one is made out of anodized aluminum for applications that do not require that aggressive cleaning agents. This one has the advantage of being a little lighter, so you can accelerate it faster. The other option would be a parallel guide rail from a third-party supplier. The one shown right here is, again, a HEPCO system. You can also see they are using these in-house magnetic plates with the seal up here, and they're using a stainless steel guide rail down here. Also very easily cleanable. However, at the moment, there are only anodized aluminum movers available, but this system is still the better option for very highly dynamic systems with large forces and things like that. Yes, some more details on the properties. So the maximum force goes down a little. You probably haven't remembered what the maximum force was at the normal system, but it was 100 Newton at standstill. But we still lose only very little force because of the stainless steel cover. So the system works pretty much like you're used to with the normal XTS system. The synchronization accuracy and all the accuracies basically are very high, or the same actually as the normal XTS, meaning you can do all the applications you would normally do with the normal XTS in case you need this washable or this more resilient system. As I said, we use high quality stainless steel and have implemented new types of seals. And just for you, important to remember, we have a protection class of up to IP69K in an assembled state. Yes, next we would like you to answer a second poll question, which I will start now. So once you see it on your screen, please take part. Question is, as an end user manufacturer, what is your top priority in the current scenario from packaging line machines? Is it the flexibility of manufacturing, higher speed, less wastage, and higher production outputs, quick changeover between different products, or the reduced manpower requirement? So we're very interested into your answers. So please press on your screen now. And then I will close this poll in about 20 seconds. Thank you. Most of the answers are coming in now. Okay, I will close the poll now. Thank you for participating. You will see the results here. So the higher speed, less wastage, and higher production output is definitely the highest. That's very interesting. Thank you for taking part in this. And that was also the end of my part in this presentation. We do have a question. What is the maximum speed in meters per minute? Let me just go back here. So we do have 4 meters per second maximum speed. Yeah, so it's 240 meters per minute. And next, Andrew will take over. He will speak about the end user segment in this. Let me just hand over the controls and
good afternoon, India. Good afternoon, India. I'd like to thank Beckhoff India for letting me speak to their customers. Really looking forward to it, and hopefully give you guys an indication of some of the things that myself and Dan Manners, who works with me, come across every day talking to end users. Sorry about that. Right, end user perspectives. I first want to talk about market trends. Return on investment is a very simple system, and basically people are looking at parts per minute, the cost of the machine, and they decide to actually look at their actual equipment cost on that side of it now. But what we're finding now is that it's not now the primary concern. There's other factors affecting it. So things like time to market, flexibility, modularity, and footprint and performance are their main concerns. We also find as well that a lot of the end users are actually bringing in their own IP and want to hold on to it. It also means that they're actually working closer to the OEMs and closer to the equipment suppliers like Beckhoff. Another big concern and trend we find as well is we're now having more complex packaging materials. They want to reduce and actually take away plastic completely. They want minimal waste, and obviously energy usage is now huge factors in their decision making. All of them also recognise the enormous potential of actual data, so they need their production quality and engineering data. And this is what we feel the XTS is such an enormous potential benefit to end users. So just to say where we are at the moment, Dan and I have been working mainly in Europe and South America and North America, and we're working on many projects at the moment. We have projects with PepsiCo and Nestle, Procter & Gamble, Mondelez, Johnson & Johnson. As many as you probably aware is Beckhoff is incredibly strong in tobacco industry. I would say 80% of the tobacco industry use Beckhoff controls. And now we're actually moving more into the beverage markets as well, with people like AB InBev and Lion Beer. So I want to talk to you about a couple of applications. And this is an application we did with Mondelez in Europe. And just to give you an idea of the scale of things, they manufacture 88,000 tons a year. They're in 30 different countries. They have 5 factories, 8 production lines, and 13 recipes with 21 pack formats. The main reason they wanted to actually do different pack formats and styles is, as you can see on the main graph there, the classic Oreo lines were quite stable, but there was no growth. So by extending the portfolio extensions, it means that they can actually increase the growth and increase the demand. So what we needed to do a flexible line, and some of the goals they actually were looking for was a reduced footprint, very quick change over time, so we can run different products and formats and flavors. They needed to be not too expensive as well, and they also wanted to integrate into their network very easily, and obviously look at very quick deployment and look to the long-term deployment for future products. So some of the key facts on here. On the Flexor line, they looked at Beckhoff and they looked at our linear motors, which is obviously our XTS system. And obviously, because each lug is individually controlled, it meant that we could actually look at different pack formats and grouping, for positioning, and for feeding. This also gave some big benefits as well, because we could actually change the machines for flexibility in demand for fluctuations and seasonality. Another application is Weetabix. One of the problems with the product is it's extremely fragile and has a huge amount of wastage. And the production targets are only about 60-70% efficiency for the last 25 years. So they had a challenge to actually handle the product, and it was very difficult. And they also wanted to change the product formats as much as possible. This machine also is being used in another project with PepsiCo for Snacker Jacks range. And we're hopefully to get some more orders, up to 16, for doing the whole complete lines. And here we have some video, and here we can see the Apava line, and we have the Oreo biscuits coming down. We have 3 legs. This is the first leg. This is a Syntagon line, and it features multiple XTS systems. And again, it can actually be programmed to do different formats and pack formats. As you can see, then we have a spur off to the left, where we have 2 brand new lines. Here, the products comes from the right to left. They drop down into a grader. The grader then determines what pack format we actually need for the product for that day or that hour, or even that down to that minute. You can see the product then moving to the right, and here on the right-hand side, you can see an XTS system. The XTS system can adapt to different slug sizes. It can also adapt to the fragility of the actual product, and it can actually group it, then groups the product in, ready to go through the flow wrap. It then goes down into box packaging. This is the Weetabix application I've just spoken about. We have multiple XTSs on this machine, which gives a huge increase in capacity. In fact, the ovens can't actually keep up with the machine at the moment. And as you can see, the product is very, very fragile. So we can bring the products in, and obviously because we can vary the pitch size of the XTS system, we can then group them into whatever we need to actually manufacture today. So whether we need to do a 2-pack, 4-pack, 6-pack, 8-pack, 12-pack, it's just purely a click of the button. The other thing as well is, because we can control the acceleration and the deceleration of the movers very well, rather than on a chain conveyor, we can also reduce the amount of damage we have to the product, thus reduce a lot of the waste as well. And you can see here then we're going to the, we've collated the pack formats, and we're actually now feeding into the flow wrap system. So another application I want to talk about is a project we've done in Nestle. And what the main issue here was to actually reduce time to market of new products. If they have an idea of a product and they actually then develop the product, test the product, then look at a machine designer to actually build the machine to do it, it can take up to 2 to 3 years. Within that time period, it could be their competition to bring out new products, and also all the time that they're not actually selling the product, they're not actually making any money. So getting the product to market as quickly as possible. And the other thing that the end users tell us all the time is they need to know whether the product actually works in the marketplace as soon as possible. So they can develop something for 2 to 3 years and find that the consumers don't really want the product, or it's not a success, and they've wasted lots and lots of money on this. So this was the concept of what we actually was looking for. So it's a complete flexible machine. So you can see the XTS system there at the bottom. and we had lots of different modules. So these modules could be a sealing system, it could be an inspection system, it could be a filling system. It could mean that we want an additional filling systems for different products. And what they wanted to do was to bring in like a hot connect of a system and automatically be configured with the XTS system to carry on production. Additionally, they wanted it to be fully scalable. They wanted one image to manage everything, and all of the safety and everything else had to be integrated as well. And the main thing is on-the-fly product changes. So again, this was the most highly flexible system I think we've actually done to date. So we have a video of it coming up in a little while. So this is an animation. It's actually a real machine working in Switzerland. Like guys in Germany actually put together an animation for it. As you can see the 5 areas where we can connect new parts of machinery into the system. So if we want to put a robot in there, we want to put a sealing system in there. Also, it can be expanded for future operations as well. So the machine can actually be split and add more stations into it and then put back together again. So it's a complete flexible machine. One of the other ideas for this machine as well is rather than invest millions and millions into a huge line, this machine can be flexible enough and can be changed very quickly so they can try new markets out. So if they want to try a new product out in a new country, they can ship a smaller machine. If the product portfolio grows, they can add more things to it, actually increase the size of the machine as well. You can see here by the different colors, these are different formats. So each one is virtually could be individual. So we could actually manufacture down to lot size 1, even for something as simple as a coffee capsule. Additionally, as you can see, this is a complete Beckhoff machine. So we used our HMI system on here as well. With all the Beckhoff drives and everything. And it was very important to connect to the Nestle network. So we worked quite a lot, worked very hard with Nestle to actually connect to their network so they can display all the production data and analyze it. So that gives you an idea of the modular machine design using all Beckhoff technology, what we can do for flexible manufacturing in the future. So XTS, USPs. Obviously, we work with lots of end users and OEMs, and what we've found is that the end users have been evaluating a lot of other additional transport systems, not only our own, but Nestle being the most comprehensive. And what we've found is that generally Beckhoff are a lower cost solution, we're more accurate, they have a much smaller footprint, easy to configure, and with over 1,000 applications in the world now, we have a proven reputation in the market. We've also gone against, obviously, a lot of the OEMs, end users, in the world have Rockwell as their main supplier, and we've changed them over and they've chosen the XTS system. Again, people like AB InBev, who are a B&R user, early on they got rid of B&R, and also we since won against Rockwell in there as well. And I think one of the key points here is, additionally, is our collaboration with Hepco Motion. It gives us the ability to do longer track length, mover numbers. We can now do track switching, and obviously we do the HD variant. So it puts you, the customer, in a very strong position. So in summary, we'd like to work with you guys. We'd like to collaborate from the early design stages. We like to look at the technology and see what expertise can offer by today's technology. We definitely work in partnerships, Beckhoff, and we like to utilise our technology partnerships for the entire asset lifestyle. And we believe smart factories are the future, are achievable now, and combine that with new business models, we can actually develop that with our technology into this independent way. I'd like to thank you for your time this afternoon, and any questions, you're more than happy to contact me, and I look forward to looking at some applications in India.
Thank you, Andrew. Also from my side, thank you so much for your attention. Thank you back to Beckhoff India for having us and for setting all this up. And please feel free, if any questions are coming up in the next few days, to send an email at packaging@beckhoff.com, or just contact your local salesperson from Beckhoff, and we're happy to answer all your questions. Thank you for your attention, and I will give the last words to Jitu.
Thanks, Daniel. So thanks a lot again, Frank, Andrew, and Daniel for joining in. And thanks all the participants for taking out time from your busy schedule and joining us today. I wish you all the best, and take care of yourself. And we'll meet soon physically. So hopefully in the coming months. So stay safe. That's all from my side. Take care.